Hello, friends. How are you all? Hope you are doing great at various aspects of your lives. Welcome to another book review podcast by Team ThinkerViews. Today, we are going to talk about We Are the Champions by Rashmi Bansal. The books fall in art category across various directory sites, mostly in entertainment subcategory. While some books provides much more than entertainment, writing something concrete about the stuff worth noticing is definitely an art. And when I come across books that are inspirational and motivational, touching the life journey of one or more people, elaborate their struggle against all odds, their will and determination to do greater goods, reaffirms this categorization. Such books are capable of inspiring generations. Rashmi Bansal is an Indian author who is known for writing inspirational books. Recently, we came across her book, We Are the Champions, with the tagline, inspiring stories of children across India who are the champions of change. To give the due credits, we must mention that the book is co-authored by Devendra. Before we start talking about this book, I must share that we are fortunate to read other two books by Rashmi so far, God's Own Kitchen, the inspiring story of Akshay Patra, and A Magnificent Obsession, the story of Arunachalam Muruganantham. I will share quick links to both of them in the description below. Let us take a look at the cover page of this book. As you can see in the podcast cover, the white background gives the book a clean and rich look. The way the letters of the title are formed with the photos of kids is simply amazing. Definitely an interesting cover page for this book. Usually we talk about a book in two distinguished segments dedicated to a bird's eye view of the plot and our views for the same respectively. The structure of this book is different. It is a collection of real stories, each dedicated to one of the remarkable young kids from Bharat, that is India. Talking about each of them will lead to spoilers and it will definitely affect your reading experience. So let us just have a top view of the overall content. It is worth to note that all these kids, regardless of their age, social surrounding and gender, stood against odds and initiated and tried to contribute to a change that is much needed in our society. The content of the book is distributed into three segments: Ladenge, Badenge, Padenge. Means we'll fight, grow and study. Usually in our life, we study in the first phase, Padenge, when we are growing up. We then accumulate knowledge and keep sharing our skills to continuously be the better version of ourselves. Badenge. And when the circumstances are odd, we fight them with our skills, intelligence and knowledge to progress in our lives. Ladenge. And over the course, we keep doing greater good for the society if we are implanted with such ethical mindset. The sequence is mostly fine for majority of us, who can be considered as privileged ones. If you think you are not privileged, well, look at the people living in the remote areas. Sometimes the kids need to cross a rope bridge over the river or walk for kilometers to attend a school. Read the stories of MC Mary Kom and you will find that if your parents are dropping you at the school, or a school bus picks you from the nearest stop to your home, it is indeed a privilege. The midday meal scheme and its success proves that for some, even getting a plate full is a challenge in itself. And that is not it. Some are living in socially oppressive environment. The things are beyond child labor. For girls, it is even tougher. Think of those who experience child trafficking and other such traumatic experiences. And if they fight against it and makes a mark, they must not only be appreciated but also praised. More often, Such people develop empathy and dedicate their lives to the greater goods. This book explores stories of such children. They are Zulima Malik, Anoyara Khatun, Manav Ray, Mohammad Hasnain Lon, Amna Fatima, Anju Verma, Kalavati V.A., Sujanti Kumari, Rumi Kumari, Saraswati Kumari Dhanuk, Subdeep Kaur, Salman, Soni. The name of the chapters are also interesting, giving you the summarized essence of the story. The authors duo have clearly mentioned their objective behind writing this book is when you read the true accounts of these 15 children from across 10 states of India, you will discover what a privilege it has been to have met them. They further elaborate. The children featured here are struggling against the highest odds to create positive change for themselves and, more importantly, for others. And when you read this book, you are presented with some realistic one-liners like, it is easy to create laws, but very hard to implement them. In terms of the tough situations of one of the child, the author mentioned, Anoyara's village was no stranger to cyclones, which tore apart lives and families. But for me, bigger than cyclone was the death of my father. It changed everything. See, facing cyclone was a kind of routine for them, so you can understand the challenges they had to overcome. Each of these children has his or her own challenges, and I am deliberately skipping their mention. I would rather urge you to read these inspirational real stories. The book has some proofreading errors, but you can just ignore them as they don't affect much to your reading experience. For example, became smarter at hiding it, what they didn't realize. While it would be tough for the urban kids to relate to these stories, they are actually thus important for them to read and understand how privileged they are and what we lack as a society, as they are the future and having empathy towards fellow humans. They may go ahead and contribute to make the society a better place. It is worth to note that the Bushfire logo designed by Surabhi Jain and the official photographer is Raghav Chola. The photos taken by him and the authors are embedded in the book at various places. When reading the stories and seeing the pictures of the Wonder Kids being talked about in the respective story, it is an interesting and authentic reading experience. The contribution of Save the Children Foundation is also worth praising for. In summary, it is a book worth reading, inspirational, not an easy read, but has to be read. ThinkerViews rating would be around 8 stars out of 10.
So, have you already read the book? Are you planning to read it? What do you think about this book review? Do you find it helpful in deciding whether to go for the book or not? Please do share your genuine remarks via comments below. If you have enjoyed listening to the review, please hit the like button and do not forget to share it with your friends and other fellows whom you think such reviews interest more. Till we meet with our next podcast, bye bye, take care, namaskar.